In a small, peaceful town, there lived a little girl named Zoya. She was only 6 years old and loved her mother more than anything in the world. Her father had passed away when she was very young, so her mother was her only family, her only friend, and her whole world. Every night before sleeping, her mother would hug her tightly and say, "No matter what happens, my daughter, I will always find you." Zoya trusted these words with all her heart. One bright morning, her mother decided to take her to the city market. It was a special day because Zoya's birthday was near, and her mother wanted to buy her a beautiful red dress. The market was crowded with people. There were colorful lights, toy shops, sweet stalls, and smiling faces everywhere. Zoya was excited. She held her mother's hand tightly as they walked through the crowd. As they reached a toy shop, Zoya saw the most beautiful doll she had ever seen. It had golden hair and wore a shining white dress. For just a moment, Zoya let go of her mother's hand and stepped closer to the doll. At that exact moment, loud thunder roared across the sky. Heavy rain suddenly began pouring down. People started running in panic, pushing each other to find shelter. Zoya quickly turned back. Her mother was gone. "Ami!" she screamed. Her tiny voice was lost in the noise of thunder and people shouting. She ran through the crowd, crying and calling for her mother again and again. "Ami, please come back." But no one answered. Hours passed. Her feet were tired, her eyes swollen from crying, and her little heart was breaking. Finally, she sat under a shop roof, trembling with fear. A kind old shopkeeper saw her and took her to the police station. The police searched for her mother for days, but no one could find her. No one knew that on that terrible rainy day, Zoya's mother had been hit by a speeding car while searching for her daughter. She survived, but she lost her memory completely. She could remember nothing, not even her own name. Meanwhile, little Zoya was sent to an orphanage. Every night, she looked out the window and whispered to the stars, "Mama, you promised you would find me." Years passed. The little girl grew into a kind and hard-working young woman. Though life was hard, Zoya studied day and night and became a nurse. But deep inside, the pain of losing her mother never left her. One cold winter evening, an old woman was brought unconscious to the hospital after an accident. As Zoya checked her belongings, she found a small old locket. When she opened it, her heart stopped. Inside was a faded picture of a little girl wearing a red dress. It was her childhood photo. Her hands began to shake. Tears filled her eyes. At that moment, the old woman slowly opened her eyes. She looked at Zoya carefully. Then tears rolled down her face as she whispered, "Zoya, my daughter." The sound of that voice made Zoya freeze. It was her mother. Doctors later explained that seeing the locket had suddenly brought back all her memories. For years, her mother had lived without remembering anything. And now, after all those painful years, fate had brought them together again. Zoya fell into her mother's arms, crying harder than ever before. Both of them held each other tightly, as if afraid they might be separated again. Her mother kissed her forehead